In last week's video, I talked a little bit about making better choices, and in there, I mentioned how we should creating a personal mission statement or a personal constitution can help us to make better choices in our lives. So today what I want to do is just talk to you a little bit about how we can develop a personal mission statement or a personal constitution. The very first thing that I want to do is go with you through an exercise real quick. So for the moment, I want you to pull out a piece of paper and a pen and write down some of your thoughts as we go through this little exercise together. Now imagine you drive up and you pull in at this building. There are lots of cars there. There are lots of people, it seems. You walk into the building and you notice that it's a funeral. You look around at all the people, all of them crying and tearing up in sorrow for this person's loss. As you approach the casket, you notice that it is you in there. This is your funeral. These people are sorry for you. These people are crying over you. A few speakers get up. A friend speaks about your life. A spouse, a child, a coworker, a leader of yours. Now here's the question to ask yourself. What is it that you want them to say about you? Now to me this is an exercise that comes out of Stephen R. Covey's book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Where this exercise comes in his second habit, begin with the end in mind. Which, if you've seen my 7 Habits of Highly Effective video, you probably know a little bit about that. Essentially, the point of this exercise is to identify what kind of person do you want to be.
It's time for you to look inward and begin asking yourself the big questions. Who are you? And what do you want?
And then by doing so, we can identify the values that are associated with that kind of person. Now, it is important that when we come up with values, that we come up with things that are immediate and controllable. Meaning that we can actually take action today to be that kind of person, and that it doesn't rely on other people in order for us to be that way. For example, if I wanted to be remembered as someone who is trustworthy, I would adopt the value of being honest in my daily life. You can adopt other values such as using kind words, treating other people with respect. It doesn't really matter at this point. Just as long as these are values that you truly admire. Now, while identifying these values, it might be a good idea to pull out a piece of paper and split it down the middle and write on one side things that you will always do and things that you will never do. And that right there actually becomes the basics of your personal constitution. It helps to serve as a guidepost to help you live a life true to the person that you are and that you wish to be. It is also important to keep in mind that while you're creating values, to not create values that are based upon how you feel. Emotions are often instinctive reactions to what goes on around us. Not getting angry, not getting offended, or loving everybody.
I love you, I love you, I love you!
It's just impossible because our emotions are based upon how we initially meet or interact with someone or something. But if you have a value such as I will always treat other people with kindness and respect, you are creating a standard that you will always have control of. What's really powerful though is having standards like these actually allow us to feel the emotion that we are looking for. If you are kind and respectful to someone, then you actually can begin to learn to love them. If you have a standard to slow down and think before you act, you actually may be able to decrease how long you feel and experience anger.
Now, relax and chant with me. Feel better?
Yeah.
Once you have done all this, try to take these values and try to pinpoint them into a single mission statement. There is no required length or maximum amount of pages a mission statement can be. It can really be as long or as short as you feel necessary. What is important is that you take time to write it, rewrite it, think about it, talk to others about it, and then once you have finally gotten that final draft, live by it. Now, obviously writing down these values isn't going to make you a perfect person, but it will be able to help you make clear and more concise decisions throughout your life. And to help serve as a reminder you when you experience those times when you don't know who you really are, to remind yourself of what kind of person you want to be. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Please hit that subscribe button below. And if you have any ideas of other videos that you would like to see, please leave a comment below. And also don't forget to join the Facebook group where we talk more about these concepts and ideas and help you to maybe answer some of your questions that you might be having.